Hi guys, and welcome back. Sorry it's been a little while since I've dropped a video. Unfortunately I had computer troubles at the moment with constant crashes of the blue screen of death popping up with memory problems. Not really sure how to sort it out, but I'm currently in the midst of doing it. But anyway, we're going to be up against Alex Hughes 6, who's going to be in control of the Lizardmen, and I am of course a rubber duck of war leading the mighty High Elves. Now, just a heads up, my opponent is fairly new to multiplayer, so if you guys do see him on ladder, please do give advice, and he's a very nice guy overall, and we'll see how he gets on with his Lizardman build. Now, I've gone for a very compact build myself, front line of White Lines of Chase. These guys do a decent amount of work up against Saurus Warriors, and of course can beat down Skinks rather effectively, plus they do in fact have a tiny little bit of missile resistance, I believe. Let's see if we can find out. 30%, it's actually fairly considerable amount, so they can deal fairly well up against skink skirmishers. Then at the back we do have two very small kind of positioned units of Sisters of Avalon, including the Everqueen's Court Guard. These guys are going to be here to take down those high value targets and big dinos. We also have a unit of Phoenix Guard in the back to protect those guys. Now for our leadership we do have a Mage of Life, just come with the Shield of Thorns, which is a super good ability I've been using pretty much since I started playing this game. It gives 22% of physical resistance plus 25% weapon damage. Really helps units like White Lions, Crush, Saurus Warriors and so forth. We also have an Earthblood, just for that good overall healing. We have one unit of Lothran Seaguard just to help protect the flank. Now over here on the left we do have the mighty Tyrion himself, leading a unit of Dragon Princes. Not the Regiment Renowned version, just a single one, but they are chevroned up slightly. And Tyrion here is going to be coming down with Sunfang, Fate and Repose, whatever that word is right there. Also Heart of Avalon, and all that kind of good stuff. Now for my opponent, he's gone for a very wide skink heavy build, which would be very good against my back line if I'd brought a lot of archers. So for his main kind of very jagged front line, he has gone for skink cohorts all along the front. Just in front of them there are two units of chameleon skinks. In the back he's gone for a bit more of some hard hitters with the Saurus Warriors. Over in the distance he does have some feral cold ones that I believe he also has on this flank. No, he does not. I'm remembering that a little bit wrong there. So in the back, just more Saurus Warriors. He does have a feral Bastiladon, which I quite like in this pick, able to punch through that front line very effectively. Spears can't do too much damage to his very high 140 armor. They can hop on, being rather big pain to your back line. He's on for a red-crested Skink Chief on top of an ancient Stegodon here, very much like this pick. I'm assuming he has brought, yes he has indeed, the perfect kit of Warrior Crest mixed in with Opal Amulet and Potion of Strength. He can go toe-to-toe with anyone. And then up in there he has gone for a Skink Priest of Heavens. And let's see what his weapon kit is. So he has brought the Cube of Darkness, but mainly gone for Comet of Cassandora, Orion's Thunderbolt, Curse of Midnight Wind, Wind Blast and Harmonic Convergence. So quite a few spells that I would have gone for quite so much. However, Wind Blast is fantastic in this matchup, so let's see if we can give it a go. Now seeing his forces, I realise there's not much that can actually pin down and stop my Dragon Princes or Tyrion, apart from these big monsters in the back, and it looks like he does in fact have the Star Chamber Guardians in the background there as well. So we're coming for some early smashes from the Dragon Princes, already getting those Chameleon Skinks down to half health, and then popping on top of the Skink cohorts. These Dragon Princes already up to 33 kills are going to be roaming and hitting wherever they can. Tyrion is getting there, did a bit of damage himself, but looks like there's a bit of a blob coming in for him, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful. My opponent is getting a bit danger close with the Skink Priest, and he's getting lasered down. It looks like some of these Skink cohort were as well, but this is the reason he was coming in. Fantastic Wind Blast coming down, not actually taking down any models, doing a huge amount of damage, but in return he has left him a little bit static here, and he's taking a huge amount of damage back. Overall though, very nice spell. And it looks like the Chameleon Skink have also popped forward to do a little bit of poke damage, but these White Lines are just beating down these Skink cohorts like there's no tomorrow. It looks like that Skink Priest may get away. Those absolutely laser beam shots coming from the Sisters were just tearing him apart. Tyrion bringing down a Sunfang here, completely just deleting that unit there of Skinks, and as you see they do completely shatter off. And he's just been a nuisance along with the Dragon Princes, who are up to 121 kills, have been bouncing rounds, finishing off units wherever they can. Now in the front line we do see the Star Chamber Guardians come forward, and they're going to be a big problem. So even though we are taking damage in from these Chameleon Skinks, we still haven't actually lost too many units. We're going to be using all our firepower onto the Star Chamber Guardians here, just trying to drag these guys down, while forcing their way into the back line, trying desperately to shut down our little fire base here. but the Phoenix Guard are rushing forward to intercept them, and they'll be able to hold them in place very effectively. White Lions have won this right-hand flank here, and across the battlefield, it's going pretty well. Another Wing Blast coming down, though. Fantastic cast, actually taking out 4 models, but even though they've lost a lot of health, they still have all their firing capabilities. And in return, they are going to be dragging down this Feral Bastildon with the help of Tyrion here. Dragon Princes have taken some damage now. Looks like they got a little bit of a scuffle with the Red-Crested Skink Priest. However, 185 kills. Those guys are just free roaming right now, doing all kinds of nasty damage. So it looks like Red-Crested Skink is coming in, popping all his buffs, trying to snipe out Tyrion himself, but he is getting assisted by these 2 sisters, who are just slowly tearing this guy down. Even with that 22% damage resistance, he is taking an absolute pounding. White Lions are of course winning these frontline engagements, and the Dragon Princes are now going to be swinging back. They've cleared up most of this back line, and they're going to come crashing into the back of these Saurus Warriors, helping break them. Let's get the nice heroic charge coming down the hill here. Sending Saurus flying and entering wave those guys. Look at the crazy amount of burst damage. The Skink Priest got a little bit too close for comfort, so he's getting pinged down by the sisters. It looks like the Red-Crested Skink Chief realised he was in a losing fight, does pop back onto this unit over here. However, they've done a ton of damage themselves. They are going to get supported, and it looks like the Phoenix Guard are even darting over, trying to assist, and Tyrion is just sniping out that Red-Crested Skink. So he is now broken and going to start running off the field. Looks like the Bastildon is back, but most of the ship is in flight at the moment for my opponent. This White Lions pretty beat up, but 100 kills on this unit. This other unit 77. They are slowly working down these units, although the Star Chamber Guardians are causing a bit more of a problem, assisted by these much tankier Saurus Warriors. White Lions on the right hand flank though have managed to clear that up very effectively, so the back line is secure once more. We still have a very healthy unit of the Everqueen's Core Guard right here, but they're almost out of ammo, but it looks like the opponent's army is going to rout that. So very well played to my opponent, especially considering he'd only played 1 or 2 games on the ladder before this. So let's go check out the end stats. So overall, some huge kill scores across the board, which you would expect, come up against a very heavy skink army. These Dragon Princes, 292 kills is pretty crazy, but that's what they get for charging around the back line, just picking off all these units. You can see 0 kills, 0 kills, 0, 0. That is simply because these guys chased them down, ran them down, and just didn't allow them to get anywhere near. They may have been able to get into the back line and upset these sisters, who themselves didn't get the most amount of kills, but they did a crazy amount of damage. Not single-handedly, but pretty much took down the Red-Crested Skink Chief, helped decimate the Star Chamber Guardians, took down that Feral Bastildon, and also the Skink Priest, who has been, a big pain, but very much like that play, flying over, dropping the Wind Blast on those tight formations, and doing a huge amount of damage. White Lions, of course, decent across the board. Some of them obviously ran into some of the elite troops, but still, 20, 102, 77, 160, can't really complain there at all. Lothar and Seaguard didn't do too much, but they were just in there to bolster the line, make it a little bit wider, and help protect these units in the back, so can't complain too much. Overall though, super fun game, well played to Alex Hughes 6, hope to see you on ladder in the future. So if you guys did enjoy this battle, I very much enjoyed playing it, do consider leaving a like down below, subscribing for more content, hopefully coming soon, if we can sort out the computer problems. I did have to restart my computer 5 or 6 times, I think, just to get this replay actually recorded. Let's see how long it takes before I can actually get it up. But hopefully, fingers crossed, this should be getting sorted fairly soon. And hopefully we should have another Death Before Dishonor up this Wednesday if I can get the problem sorted. So hopefully see you then, guys. Peace, peace. Stay awesome.